Dear students, welcome back to another session of computer-based accounting subject video discussion. Today we will be discussing another important topic. This topic is called vendor payments and other payments. In nutshell, it's called payment cycle. So it's very important area whereby we need to discuss how to make the payments to the vendors and the other expenditures. So in this session, we will be looking into the different options available in the Sage 50 accounting software package, whereby how we can make the payments to the various people, right? So for the discussion, we require to have all the updated records available. So in the last video, we have discussed how to adjust the customer activities, whereby we have create customer, that means quotations, and also customer purchase or customer sales orders, customer sales invoices, and also customer return notes. So to check that, if you can go back to your Peachtree package, and if you go to the customer module, we can see whether we have completed all the activities. So first of all, we can check the quotations and proposals, whereby you can view quotations. So if you have quotations, so you can select the period as all transaction. So there will be one quotation which was not processed up to now. That is the quotation number 2. Other two quotations have been forwarded to the next levels, whereby we have created sales orders or we have created the sales invoice against this particular quotation. So you should have one quotation left out there in the quotation window. If I go to the next level, order level, and click the order button and then go to the view command, and again we have to go to the period like all transaction, you can see we have processed three sales orders, out of which one is conversion from the quotation into the sales order. So these three sales orders need to be there: order number 1, order number 2, and the order number 3, which you have to be completed before we'll go to the payment cycle. And then if you go to the invoicing option, whereby we can see many invoices are created during the period. So if you select the all transaction, you will be able to see you have 12 invoices, including the financial charges as well. There are 4 financial charges, late interest charges, which we have applied. Other than that, all others are invoices. So 8 invoices and 4 financial charges need to be there under your invoice option. Then if you go to the financial charges, we cannot see, it can be seen here. And if you go to the return notes option, credit memos, whereby you can watch the credit memos, there should be 2 credit memos. One is applied, one is unapplied credit memo. Now if you have this backup file available with you, that means you got the final backup after the customer module, right? So after the customer transaction module. Now today we will be discussing the options available to make purchase cycle. As you can see, vendor purchase cycle is going to be the different type of payment options what is available. So there are various ways which we can pay for the vendors. If I come to the first category type, that is vendor payments, under the vendor payments we can make various type of vendor payment. First of all, we can pay the vendors against their outstanding bills. That means you have purchased something on credit basis, and now you have to settle that outstanding bill. So the vendor outstanding bill settlement is one of the option available in the Sage 50 accounting software package and also in your Peachtree package. Second option is to make the cash purchase. We can make the cash purchase without invoice, whereby you can purchase the item directly from your vendors by making the cash payment to the vendor. In that scenario, also we have to use the different option, whereby we can see how to create the cash invoices without invoicing cash purchases from the vendors. Next option is you can make the prepayments to the vendors. Sometimes vendor will ask you to make the prepayment prior to deliver or the manufacture the given product. So in that case, we will look at how to make the prepayments to our vendor. And also these prepayments can be settled with outstanding bills, or we can purchase the new item against the prepayment we made to the vendor. That also we will be discussing today, how to settle the prepayment what we have made to the vendors. Other than that, you can pay the part payments to your vendor at the time when the invoices are created. So we will be looking at the time when the invoice is created by the invoicing option, how to make the part payment to your vendor. So those are the vendor payment option. As you can see, various type of vendor payment option which we can apply using this software package, right? Other than that, if I come to the other payment option, there are two major payments which we can make. One thing, sometimes we can refund the money to the uh, customers, right? So we can refund the money to the customers again when you have some goods returned by the customers to us. So if you are liable to the customer now at the end of the year, if you are not going to deliver the other items to him, so you have to return the money to the customer. So we can accept that return money to the customer also we can do by using the same vendor payment window. Lastly, we have to make various other type of expenditures. So the expenditures are various type. You have many operating expenses which your company need to be paid. Those payment can be made through the other payment option. Other than that, even though if you are going to purchase the equipment, purchase the land and so forth, we can make the payment through this other payment option. So dear friends, there are a lot of activities to be discussed during today's lecture. So let's look at one by one how to do these activities by using the Sage 50 accounting software package. So to start up our discussion, we can come to this handout number 11, that is vendor payment and other payment. So as you can see, enter vendor payment section. When your company makes the payment to the vendors for a goods and services purchased from them, you must record such payment. All the payments what you have need to be made to the vendors need to be recorded through this module. Most payments are applied to the purchase invoices. Generally, most of the payments are applied to the purchase invoices which you have purchased the item. However, you can also enter the cash purchase transaction in which no invoice is entered or required. Whereby I told you there's no invoices, but we can purchase the item as a cash purchase from our vendor. And also we can make the prepayments and refund to the customers. Money refund to the customer also can be made through this module. To enter the payments to the vendors, the payment window is used. So generally we have to go to the payments window. So how can we access to the payment window? Various methods are mentioned here. So you can see I have mentioned in your handout three different methods. By using the task command and then selecting the payments, and by selecting the any bank account, click OK. That will open up the payment window. Or you can go to the vendor purchase navigation center by clicking the vendor purchase button. Then we can go to the pay bill option and click the pay bill button and then confirm the account and click OK. Lastly, you can go to the banking module whereby you can see the payment and receiving option, both are there. So the banking module, and there also we can see the button called pay bill. Click that and select the pay bill option and then select the bank account and click OK. Right. So what are the options available to access? Let's look at first of all how we can access into the payment option to the vendors. First command is the main menu task command. By clicking the task, and then if you come to the section called purchasing, whereby we can see various options. So first option is called bills option. When you select the bills, there's a command called pay bill, which will allow you to select the bank account. You can keep the default bank account as it is, then click OK. That will open up the payment window. That is one method which was not mentioned in your handout. Then we can go to the task command again, and then you can see the command called payments, direct command called payments. Yeah, by clicking that and confirming the bank account, we will be able to access into the same window. Now in the task, you can see there are two options available for you to access into the payment window, right? Then third option, vendor purchase module. You can go to the vendor purchase module by clicking the vendor purchase button. Then you can come to the flow of activities within the vendor purchase navigation center. Now we have completed the orders, we have completed the billing. Now we are trying to make the payments to our vendor. So there's a button called pay bill. By clicking that edge, you can see various options there, whereby we can go to the pay bill option and click that. That will again ask you to confirm and click OK. That will open up. And also there we can see multiple payments are available, whereby we can pay one check to the many suppliers. So here we can set up that as well. We will see whether in the handout we are going to discuss that better, or we are going by individual suppliers, right? So that is the third option. Other than that, there's another option. If you go to the banking module by clicking the bank button, there we can see the whole process of banking related activities. One side receiving money, other side payment options. Whereby you can see the flow under the payment option. You can see the button called pay bill again. By clicking it and clicking the pay bill option, we will be able to access into the same window. So dear friends, many options are available. Under any option, you can access into this particular window, which is called payment window. Now, most of the things at the top, tool buttons, are very much familiar to you, right? So you can go through these tool buttons. Now, what are the features available in this particular window? First of all, if you are making the vendor outstanding bill payment, in that case, we need to select the appropriate vendor. When you select the appropriate vendor, you can see all outstanding bills which was not paid up to now will appear in your screen. These payments are not paid, right? So according to that, according to the given date, if the eligible discounts are there, automatically discount also going to appear in your screen. It's on the depend on the payment date. Then what we require, so in case if you are going to make the payment to this particular vendor certain invoices, first of all you have to enter your check number. So the company checkbook number need to be entered into the system by entering check number. Then appropriately you have to select which account you are going to use to make the payment, whether it is from the BOC account or whether it is from the HNB account. So according to the given instruction, you can select the appropriate bank account which the check was written, right? Then if this particular bill is fully settled by the vendor, if you are going to settle the full bill of this particular vendor, we don't have to type anything. We just want to click on to the pay box. When you click the pay box, the total bill will be taken like amount paid, and it will appear in the payment option, as well as you can see it's written in the word as well, because the check printing options are available here. So that's why you can enter that information. So if it is a part payment to the vendor, in that case we cannot put the pay box tick on. Then we have to enter manually how much we are paying. Assuming that I want to pay 50,000 rupees to this invoice, then we will be entering 50,000 rupees there. So automatically that value will be appearing as a payment amount, right? And also you can enter any memo information under the memo section. So in case of the discount, manually also can be awarded the discount. Now if the particular bill is having the discount, this discount is eligible to get only when we are going to make the full payment to the particular invoice. In case if you go for the full payment of this invoice, tick in the pay bill, you can see actual the invoice value is 440,100, but now because of the discount we received from the vendor, we need to pay only 126,000. It was 140, now 126,492 rupees after deducting the discount. But if in case if you are going to make the part payment to this, automatically this discount will be disappear. So no more discount when the part payment is made. You can see when I type the part payment, discount is disappearing because we are not eligible to get discount at the time when we are making the part payment. So this is how you can make the payments to the vendor for their outstanding bill. Other than that, in this particular tab, that is apply to invoice tab, is showing all the outstanding bills. If you want to purchase something on cash basis, as I told you earlier, no invoices, but cash basis, in that case, you can select the apply to expenses tab. Once you select the apply to expenses tab, you will be accessing into the inventory module, whereby you can select the item and then you can enter the quantities and directly purchase that. And you can make the payment to the vendor by the check. So you can enter the check number and then you can select the appropriate account. If you want to maintain the memo, you can maintain, and once you save this, it is going like a cash purchase. Now in the case of cash purchase, you can look at the journal entry, how the journal entry is going to work. That will be debiting into the appropriate stock account and directly credit into the cash or the bank account. So it's ignoring the supplier and it will be making the straight payment to the supplier. So no recording with the supplier's ledger. So you can see the situation how the cash payment are made if you purchase something on cash basis. So that is the next option available. So one more option in this particular window against the suppliers we have, that means you can make the prepayment to the supplier. In case if you want to pay the prepayment to the supplier, we should tick onto the tick box where the prepayment box is available. You can tick on that, the window will change. Then you should enter the description, payment description. You just type the description and just type the amount, how much you pay for the vendor. So that will be recorded like a negative value to the vendor, because you are paying advance payment to the vendor without receiving any item. So the journal entry, you can see creditors account will be debit. Now creditors account will be debit, that means it's a negative value because now he is liable to us, and also your bank account is credit because money is going to the supplier. So that is the situation, right? So I hope you got the idea of how to make the three different type of payments to the vendors using this window. Other than that, as you can see, we can refund the money to our customers at the end of the year. Sometimes if you are liable now to the customer because the returns received and no item were delivered for that, then we have to refund the money. So if you want to refund the money, then you can go to the drop down of the vendor ID, click that and select the customer ID. Thereby it will link with the customer module. Then we can select the appropriate customer whom you want to return the money. Enter your description, right? Enter your description and then enter the amount. So that will be debited to the particular customer you selected. So if you go to the journal entry, you can see the bank account is going to be debit, right? So cash at bank, so that is, sorry, inventory account is going to be, sorry, not the inventory, trade receivable, yes, receivable account. So the customer account is going to be debited and the bank account is going to be credited. So that will be refunding the money back to the customers if you need to make the refund amount, right? So I hope you got the idea of what is available in this particular window. Now we can move on to our handout and do our activities relevant to this payment option. So we will move on to the activities now. So the first activity will be the 11.1.2, recording the payments for outstanding purchase invoices. So here in the handout, we have given you even the payment window, how to use the payment window, and the steps are given here. So I hope you can read that and you can enter the information into the system. So I'll be straight away going to the activity number 11.1, where we asked to record the following payments made by AFMA 2020 Private Limited to the vendors, similar to the BCom 2020 Private Limited, also having the same information. Now, what we need to do, these are all outstanding bills of your vendors which we have created earlier. Now we have to make the payments to these outstanding bills. In that case, you have given some information, vendor ID, check number, and also the date of the payment, and which account is used to make the payment, and which invoice is going to settle, and how much the money we are going to pay for the given invoice, and also discounting and credit details default for that particular person. And if it is certain informations are there, you can see those informations are provided. So remember, this particular window is having several important information which we need to enter. Now let us look how to make the payments to these kind of outstanding bills of the vendors. Let me go back to our package and select first of all the vendor ID. So we'll go there and we'll select any of the option what I have mentioned earlier. So I'll be going with the banking module and selecting the pay bill option and then going to the pay bill command. There you can confirm any bank account, no problem. You can click OK. Then after that we have to select the appropriate vendor. So the first vendor will be BR001. So we can select from the list BR001. Then the BR001, all outstanding bills which appear here according to the given date, if the discounts are eligible, that discount also appearing here, right? And then it says check number 271250. So we have to enter the check number 271250. That is our check number. Payment made by which account then? BOC clothing account. So we have to make sure that we will be selecting the appropriate account, BOC clothing account, CL business. And the date of the payment, very vital, that is happened on the 1st of April 2020. So means payment is made 1st of April 2020. So at that point, we have to select the date of payment, right? Then after that, we can go to the next information that we are settling invoice number 150, amount paid 85,000. Invoice number 150 at the top, total value need to be paid 85,000. So you will be paying the full amount. In that case, we don't have to type, we just click on to the pay box. So the 80,000, 85,000 will appear at the top where we can see the value which we are going to make the payment. And also further, if you go down, it says discount and credit default. That we know special discount is offered. If the default informations are there, then it's applicable. Now here default is not showing anything. Now when you go to the journal entry, how the ledgers are going to be updated due to this particular transaction, we can see how the double entry is going to posted. So that will be the bank account will be credited 85,000 and meantime it will be debited to the appropriate vendor as well as the general vendor ledger account, right? Control account of the vendors will be debited. So it will be reducing the value of the vendor. So, okay. And also we can print this. So we can go to the print preview and look at the print preview. So we can save it and then go to the print preview option. So here the print preview. So you can see the print out of this particular check payment to the particular given vendor, right? So to make the payment to the vendor, and meantime you have to save that. Once you save the transaction, you can print and save it. So when you close this window, that transaction is already there for the processing purpose, right? Then we can go to the save button and process this transaction into the ledger account. So say yes, do you have to save transaction and then current period, because my periods are different. You say yes, right? Continue. So let me change my period and then this question is not going to ask. We'll put into the period number 1, then it will be appropriate, right? So the next payment, then we'll go to the next transaction. Moving into the next payment, pay bill, and let's go to the next transaction. Second transaction belongs to the COS 001. Select our supplier COS 001. Then we can enter the check number 271251. So the next check number 271251. 271251 is the next check number. It's automatically appearing. I have closed the window. That's why it is not going to appear. Now in your case it will appear. This payment is made again 5th of April. So the date changed to the 5th of April. Change the calendar. And again we are using the same BOC account to make the payment. No need to change. There will be two settlements for the two invoice, 125 and 138, 130,000 and 40,000. So you can see your invoices are there. 125 is 130,000 fully settled, pay bill, and also the 138 invoice having 40,000 full payment made, fully settled. So the total check value will be 170,000 paid by the check number 271251 from the BOC clothing account. So that will be the transaction. If you go to the journal entry, similar kind of transaction, these items are debited into the supplier's ledger and the value will be credited to your cash account. So one by one we don't have to check. So then we'll go to the save and update your ledger account. So the third transaction, NES 001 is the supplier, NES 001 we will select, and one outstanding bill is there, 427,680 to be paid. And let's look at how the payment are made. Now this time we are going to use the different account, HNB clothing account, and your check numbers are different. 200,156 is the check number, 200,156. So that is the new checkbook, and our account changing into the different account, HNB clothing account. So we have to select the HNB CL account, right? Make sure currently you have to select the appropriate account correctly. Then look at the date of the payment. Date of the payment is made 14th of April 2020. So we have to go to the calendar. 14th of April need to be selected, and then invoice, settle invoice number is 987 invoice. That is the only invoice remaining there, and the payment amount is 427,680. That's the full payment. We can tick onto the pay box. No additional information provided. It's going with the so we will be getting manual discount of 5,400. So that discount we can type here under the discount 5,400. Then the bill value will, the payment value will come down to 422 280 rupees after getting the discount. Let's look at this journal entry, how the journals are created for this particular type of situation where the discount is involved. So in that situation, this is the received discount. You can see discount received account will be credited. That is given like a received amount. So it's an income to us. Then the supplier's ledger will be debited with the full value, and cash payment amount paid is credited to the bank and the cash account. So that is how the transaction is going to update the appropriate ledger account. So if everything is in the CL business, you can click OK and then save and update your transaction. So moving into the next transaction, NT001. Select the supplier NT001. All outstanding will appear. Then we can go to the details. So it's again with the clothing business HNB account. So the next check number automatically appearing. Then we have to enter the date. 15th of April payment is made. Next day. And the account number is HNB clothing. That is also correct. No need to change. And the invoice settle is invoice number 114, amount paid 120,000. 114 full amount is paid 120,000. Tick onto the pay box. Full value will appear under the given situation. And then to update your ledger accounts, we can click the save button. So next transaction will be QA001 suppliers. So we will select QA001. 4 outstanding bills there. Only one is settling. This time again we are moving into the clothing business BOC account. 271252 is the number we have to change now. 271252 is the check number, and the date of the payment is going to be 25th of April. Change the date. And the account need to change into the BOC account of the clothing business. Change the account as well. That is the check issued by that particular account. And the invoice number settling 13 to 30, 183,081.60 is offered. So it's a invoice number 13 to 30 that we have need to pay 233,280. Let's look at the other condition given here. It says default discount and the open credits are applied. That means you have to reduce the credit memo which we have returned the goods, and also we have to get the discount and then make the payment. Now when you come here, you can see the credit memo is having the negative value. For the credit, we don't have discount, so you have to remove the discount value. Now according to that, we are going to settle the credit memo and also the invoice with the discount. So you can see it will be reducing the credit memo value and also reducing the discount, and then the payment amount is going to be only 183,081.60. That is the one given here, right? 183.8160, 08160. So let's look at the journal entry. It's an interesting entry. You can see discount taken is credited. That means the discount account, received discount account is credited. And also the supplier's account, that means your return note is also going to be credited. And then you can see the total value of the invoice is debited to the supplier, and the amount we paid, that difference is credited to the bank account with the check number 271252. Click OK and go for the save it. So the final payment for this particular category, SK001 supplier, outstanding bill payment. SK001, three outstanding bills, but only one is paying. Again, the BOC account, next check number is automatically appearing. BOC account is correct, only the date need to check. This payment is made on 26th of January. Select the date. Then check the invoice. Invoice is settling 110, amount paid 10,000, 70,000, and the manual discount is of 500 rupees. So 70,000 full payment, tick on, and then get the discount of 500 rupees. So the actual payment is going to be 69,500 after deducting the discount. So that will be the last transaction related to the outstanding bill payment. So we will save and update. Now if you go to the list command, under the list, we can click that and select all. We can see the transaction which we have completed, outstanding bills payment of the vendors. So there will be 6 outstanding bill payments. So please check whether you have entered correctly, and if the values are wrong, then you can access to the appropriate invoice. For example, if this is wrong, double click and access, then make the changes again, and then click the save button to re-update that version, right? So if you have mistakes, still you are able to make the correction. So you can see customer ID is there, check numbers are there, which period the payment is gone, and the payment date is accurately need to be there, and the values you paid need to be there. All these are already updated into the ledger account. That is how we can settle the outstanding bills of the vendors. So that we have discussed that particular part. Next activity is 11.2, recording the purchases on cash basis. As we told earlier, now we can get the items directly from the vendor on cash basis without invoice. In this again, regarding that, how to make that payment, steps are given below, so you can read that later on. As I already explained to you, let me go back to the activity number 11.2, where you can see this kind of cash payments, right? Cash purchases, where and how to enter that cash purchase. So let's go to the activities given here and do these activities together. So we will go back to the package and we will close up our list now. We don't want. And again, we are going to the same option called pay bill and open up the pay bill, right? So this time we are going to use the apply to expenses tab, not the apply to invoices, because outstanding invoices you know how to pay now. Now let's look at how to purchase directly from the vendor by using to apply to purchase tab by making the payments. So let's go to the first activity. We can select the vendor called BE001. Our vendor will be the BE001. Select him. Then nothing outstanding there. You can see it is opening up the apply to expenses tab directly, and the check number 150 170. So the new check number 150 170, and this was paid on the given date 3/4/2020. So we'll go to the April 3rd, and the account which we have used to pay, HNB training account. So we have a training division. This payment goes to the training division, maybe the training material purchased from the vendor. So it's a training HNB account. Make sure you select the appropriate account correctly. And then memo number 031. So there's a memo given to you. Enter the memo number. And then description will be training material. So we will be purchasing, making the payments to the materials which we have purchased from the vendor. No items. So you need just enter the description. Don't select the item from the list. And you can see the account need to be 40,000 6040 TR account. That is going to be the training material expenditure account will be debited and credited to the cash account, and then the amount will be 10,000 rupees. Total amount enter. No VAT associated for the given situation, so we don't have VAT amount. So we will be entered that. Now look at the journal entry, how the ledgers are going to be updated. So the training material expenditure account is going to be debited, and your training bank account, so the HNB bank account of the training division will be credited. So that will be perfect transaction. Click OK to update your ledgers. Click again the Save button and clear the window. Next transaction, we can see the item purchase. NES001 is the supplier. We will select. And again, this particular supplier is not having any outstanding bills. So we are going to be purchase item directly from him, making the payments. So you can see the check number is given 271254. Enter that number. 271254 is the check number. And the payment date is going to be 27th of April. Go to the calendar and adjust it. 27th April, and this time we are going to use the BOC clothing account to make the check payment. Select the appropriate account, BOC clothing, and the items you are going to purchase, memo number 401 for that item, and also the items which you want to purchase, BL001 item. Go to the item list and select BL001 blouses, and how many unit we want to purchase, 20 unit of blouse. Unit price is going to be 800 rupees. That is there, no need to make changes. Second line, we can enter the CTG001 next item. So this time cotton trousers, and the quantity you want 50. You have purchased 50 unit directly from the supplier, cash basis, and the unit price is 1050. So the price changes are there. Original price at the moment 1500, but coming price is 1050 rupees less than what we purchased earlier. So the total bill value will come to 68,500, which is applicable with the VAT amount. So the VAT amount is given 5,480. That we have to enter the next line. VAT on purchase. VAT on purchase, and make sure you need to put that into the VAT control account. So appropriately you select the appropriate account, a VAT control, and the full value need to be printed there, 5,480 value paid. So the total payment is made for this particular purchase, cash purchase, 73,980. So look at the journal entry. Here in that case, you can see the stock accounts will be debited, and also VAT on purchase account will be debited. Full value will be credited to the cash and bank account, not to the supplier, right? So that will be the perfect double entry. Click OK, and to update your ledgers, click the Save button. So moving into the similar kind of next activity, SK001, select the supplier SK001, and there are some outstanding bill. We are not going to settle this. We are going to purchase something on cash basis. So you need to move on to the apply to expenses tab. Then go to the activity. So the check number 271255, next check number, same account, BOC clothing account is using, and the date of the transaction 28th of April. So we will change the date. And the item you want to purchase from him, memo number 506, we will enter the memo number. And then the item you want to purchase from him is going to be kid 001 item, kid 001, kid wears. And the quantity you want to purchase 50 unit, and the unit price is 400 rupees, current price also same. And the next item we want to purchase the toys 001 80 units. Next items, you select the toys, go down and select toys, and we are going to purchase 80 unit, and the current price is 450, but the new price also 450. So there's no difference between the prices. Total value come to 56,000. Then the applicable VAT for that, VAT on purchase, and that need to be credited, debited into the purchase control account, VAT control account. Select that, and the amount is going to be 4,480 rupees. So the total payment made by the check is going to be 60,480. So we can update by clicking the Save button. So the last transaction comes under the particular category, and you can see asterisk mark is there. So that means the new customer is going to appear here, which we have to create as well. So that's the good activity, whereby you know if you need to add the customers, you need to add that customer as well. So how to add the customer, we will look at by this particular transaction. So for that, we need to, first of all, we don't have this kind of customer. So we need to go to the purchase payment option and then select the customer ledger, customer ledger, and then click the new button straight away. Click the new button. After that, you can enter the vendor ID is given AMR001, AMR001, and the name of the customer also given to you, Amarasiri Enterprise. We can enter that name as a name of the customer. Basic informations are required. Other things are not necessary. Then you can see the address number 400, Pannala. So we can enter his address as well. Number 400, that is the billing address. And the city is going to be Pannala. So we can enter that. Enter the address, city. You can put that under the city. And the telephone number, cash type. The vendor is going to be the type called cash. So we have to categorize him as a cash customer, cash vendor. So we will enter the telephone number and the type need to be cash type. So then you have entered all the information relevant to the vendor. You can click save and then you can close this window. So after that, you can select that new supplier, Amarasiri Enterprise. So the Amarasiri Enterprise is now there. Now we can enter the rest of the information. So we are making the payment by the HNB clothing account. 200,158 is the check number. 200,158 is the check number. This purchase is happened on the date 18th of April. Select the date appropriately. And the account need to change to the HNB account. Change the account, HNB clothing account. So that will be entered here. After that, you have to enter the other information. So the memo number is 890. We can enter the memo number. 890 is the memo number. Then we will enter the item which we are going to purchase, SR001. So we will be selecting the item called SR001. SAR is GB. And the quantity you are going to take is 100 units. And the current price is 2,100. New price will be 2,050. So we have to make the changes into the unit price. 2,050 is the new price. According to that, the total value will be calculated. 205,000 need to be paid. And meantime, the VAT associated with the given particular section is 16,400. So the next line, we can enter the VAT on purchase. VAT on purchase, make sure you put that into the VAT control account. Select your appropriate accounts, VAT control account, and the value need to enter it under the total value 16,400. 16,400 rupees. So the full amount paid by the check number 200,158 is going to be 221,400. So that will be credited into the given account of the cash and bank. So let's look at that journal entry as well. So you can see the sarees inventory account is debited and also VAT control account is debited, and meantime full value is credited to the bank account. So all accounts are from the CL business, right? So that will be the final transaction. Save that and update your ledger. Now go back to your list and see updated list of all the payments, right? At the moment it is updated to 10 activities. So all of you need to have all these 10 invoices payment, various kind of payment made to the suppliers. So that will be the section number 2, whereby we can see how to purchase the item on cash basis. So the next activity we are going to look at how to enter the amount paid at purchase. So we can see at the time of creating your invoices, we can make the part payment as well. So now this particular activity cannot be do by using the payment option. So if you are in the payment option, we cannot do this activity by using that. We need to go back to the invoicing option. So if you go back to the billing option, whereby by the time when you are billing the supplier and you make payment to the supplier as well. So those are normally part payments. So to do that activity, I'll be using the example activity number 11.3 given in your handout. So to do it, let me go back to our package. We will close this window, and also we will be now moving out of this payment window. Close the payment window, and this time you will go back to the not the pay bill, enter bill option. you can go back to the enter bill option and create the new bill. So if you are creating the new bill, then we can go to the vendor, select the COS001, that is your vendor, and the date of the transaction, this time invoicing date is need to be entered, 19th of April 2020. So we will be selecting the invoice date, and we got the invoice number of the supplier, invoice number 461. So we will enter the 461 invoice number of the supplier invoice, and the customer pickup method is the shipping method that is already there, default shipping, and accounts payable is already there, default settings are applicable. Receive quantities no need to enter because items are purchased at the invoice level. SK001 is the one item you want to purchase. SK001, select the item. Let me maximize the window. And then we are going to purchase 100 unit of SK001 at the rate of 1200. So we will enter the quantity, and the unit price is 1200, that is there, no need to change. Second item, tie 001, selecting the item tie 001. This time we are going to purchase 50 unit of ties at the rate of 400 rupees each. 50 unit of ties, and the price will change. It's lower than the early price. This time it is 400 rupees. So the total value come to 140,000 rupees to be paid. That is the invoice value. And also this is associated with the VAT amount. Amount VAT need to be 11,200. So that we have to enter as well. Next line, VAT on purchase. VAT on purchase. VAT on purchase, and make sure you change the VAT control account. Select the VAT control account for that purpose. And also the VAT amount need to be entered like a total value, that is 11,200 rupees. So we can enter. And now the bill will come to the total value of 151,200. From that we will be making the payment of 61,000 rupees. So that is the advance payment. So you can come to the amount paid at purchase and put there 61,000 and enter it. Then you can see the reference column will get open. Reference mean your check number. You are giving a check with 200,159 check number, and also it is belong to the HNB account, clothing HNB account. So make sure select the appropriate account, clothing HNB account. So these are the transactions. So let's go to the journal entry and look at here. So here we can see the purchase journal as well as the cash disbursement journal. First of all, it will be recorded like a purchase invoice, whereby you can see the appropriate inventory account is debited, VAT control account is debited, and total value will be credited to the supplier. And meantime, part payment you made, and that goes to the supplier's account debit, and your cash and bank account is going to be credited. So it's a perfect transaction. You can see the both transactions are appearing there, and click OK to update your ledgers. You can click the save button. So that is how to make the part payment to your vendors. So the next item regarding the payment side for the vendors, we can look at how to record the prepayments to the vendor or the advance payment you made to the vendor. So for that we have to go back to the pay bill option. So we have to close this window and go back to the main window and select the pay bill option. Go to the pay bill window again. By using this particular window we can do this advance or the prepayment to vendor. Let's go to the activity straight away. 11.4, whereby we ask to make the advance payment to the BR001 vendor. So we will be selecting the vendor BR001 first, and then all outstanding bills are appearing. So we are not going to settle this, we are going to make the prepayment to him. So the details will be check number 200,155. So we will enter the check number 200,155, and it is going to be HNB clothing account, HNB clothing account, and the date of the payment 10th April. So we'll go to the calendar and select the date, and the account use prepayment memo need to be there, HNB clothing account. You can see it need to be the HNB clothing account. Your account is correct, you don't have to change it, and the memo need to be entered. Memo is giving prepayment for A1234, prepayment for invoice number A1234. So you will be making the prepayment to the invoice number 1234, right? So that will be the prepayment option. Then you will be selecting the account is automatically selected. Amount paid is 3000. He will put here reference. So then click the prepayment box and move on to the prepayment section. Enter the description prepayment, make the prepayment, and then select the amount 300,000. So how much you paid? So it is 300,000 rupees. So we have paid 300,000 to our vendor like a prepayment. Let's look at the journal entry now. This time vendor ledger is going to be debited and your cash account or the bank account will be credited. So vendors are now liable to us because we have made the prepayment without purchasing the item. So later we can settle that with the outstanding bills. So we click OK, and to update your ledgers, click Save. So the final part, how to set off the vendor payments to the outstanding invoice. So we have made the prepayment, now we are going to settle that. So let's look at how to settle the kind of prepayments with the outstanding bill. For that, you have given activity 11.5. So we have to go to the same vendor and do the activity. So let's go back to our window, payment window, again select the same vendor BR001. Now you can see the negative value according to that recorded, and also you can see the invoice is outstanding is there with the discount, right? So how we are going to settle this now? So we will be entering the new check because you need to, the part payment is settled by this outstanding and the balance need to be paid by the new check. So the new check number 200,161. So we need to adjust your check number 161, and it is again going to be the HNB clothing account, and the memo need to be entered the information here, and the date need to be 25th of May. Payment is made on 25th of May. So we will go to the calendar and go to the month of May and select the date 25th of May. Settlement is made and it is used in the HNB clothing account, and the description need to be prepayment settlement. So that is the description, prepayment settlement. You can enter here prepayment settlement as a description. Then you can go for the settlement. It says you need to, after deducting the default discount and deducting the uh, prepayment, so we have to go by balance payment. So let's look at how to do that. So first you tick onto the prepayment box and then click onto the invoice where the discount eligible. Actual amount to be paid by the new check is going to be 176,280. That is the value given here, right? So once you set up everything, the value will appear automatically. Let's look at the journal entry for this transaction. Again, you can see many of the options are there. Appropriate accounts are debited and credited appropriately. So like that, we can update the ledger by clicking the save button. So that complete the all type of payments to the vendor. Now you can see in this particular list, we got 12 transaction updated. So by the time you know how to make the payments to your vendors by using various options such as settlement of the outstanding bill payment, cash purchases, then the uh, advance payment, and also we know how to make the part payment to our vendors time to time, right? So up to now what we have completed, we can check that also the transactions, how many completed by now. You can go to the report section and then you can go to the general ledger option and you can select the transaction detail report, double click and open and go to the option button and select all, click OK. So you will be able to see all the transactions starting from the 1st of April completed up to now. So some transaction gone to the month of May as well. So you can see at the bottom many transactions have been completed. By now you need to have 52 transactions completed. Total value of 11,838,662. So at present we have done a lot of activities, and further we are going to discuss other payment as well. So the next option will be how to make the other payment. So we will be discussing that with the different video.